Canva has released one of its biggest updates ever that will make creating easier than ever before. Some of these updates have been a long time coming, and I can't wait to take you with me as we dive into each one. Let's take a look. Let's start with this beautiful picture of myself over here. The first new tool that Canva has released during its 2025 Canva Creator event a couple days ago was its deeper dive into its editing features. So when I click on this edit button, I used to only see background remover and grab text. I have a video of that like about a year ago if you want to check that one out. But at this point, that one's outdated because now Canva has a whole new suite of tools that'll let you edit things not only in the foreground and in the background, but the entire background in general. Let's take a look first at how to edit the foreground and the background. And let's say I have this whiteboard. I can now either edit the whiteboard itself, I can erase the whiteboard just like that. I can select multiple things at once and you can see everything that it's selected all at once. Let's say I'm over here and I click on the books again and I wanted to magic edit the books to be a shelf filled with pictures or picture frames. I can come and type that in and I can generate it and it'll use its editing features that have AI and now insert frames that were never actually there to begin with. Pretty impressive. There's a little bit of an overlap in here, but honestly, this is incredible. So that is the click feature of this brand new suite, but I can also do the brush feature, right? So I can select a specific area that I want to get rid of this entire bookshelf over here. Got to be careful not to overlap my finger or the chair. It can kind of auto detect it so that when I come over here, I can select it and now I can adjust the colors of everything inside of it. Or again, I can just erase it out of existence. Part of my finger is gone, so then I can come and adjust it manually myself. The other thing that you can do here is edit the foreground or the background, so it'll automatically detect that I am in the foreground. So again, I can magic erase myself or I can adjust my entire being. Same with the background. I select background, it'll automatically detect everything in the background. And now I can darken, I can edit the entire thing with one color. And then the last thing it can do is detect text. So if I come over here and I select text, it'll read the books and anything that you have with text on it, and then you can adjust it from there. Or you can even grab the text and move it around. So now I just move that text from nothing. The next feature on this list, unfortunately, I don't have access to. They're rolling it out slowly but surely to Canva ambassadors first, and then creators, and then everybody else. So I unfortunately don't have this feature. So what it'll do is basically combine Google Sheets mixed with ChatGPT, and I'll show you that now. Once I do have my hands on with Google Sheets, I will be sure to make a video about it in full detail. But that was one of 3 features from this presentation that I have not gotten yet that I can't wait to get my hands on. So make sure you subscribe and let me know if you even want to see that down in the comments below. The next feature I'm going to show you is the background generator feature. So I can take a fully formed image. Let's just use this one as an example so that we don't go back to my face. And now I can describe the background. So let's say he's still holding the coffee cup. Let's just say this guy is inside of a modern coffee shop. So what it's going to do is it's going to separate the foreground and the background and replace the entire background with hopefully a coffee shop. And it'll give me 4 images that I can click through. And then again, I can update it as I want or just regenerate it. And now I have 4 different versions of a coffee shop. You can even match the lighting. So now what I can do is I can even update it even more and say that it's a modern coffee shop overlooking a mountain. Again, it's going to separate the foreground and the background and give me 4 brand new images based on the prompt that I create. So it gave me that same coffee shop on the right, but now it's in a mountain area. And again, 4 different images, and I can always generate it again. I'm telling you, this is one of the most incredible updates I have seen. I've been using Canva for about 5 years, with 2 years of that being on the pro version because I am a teacher learning about all these new features. This is super awesome. This next tool is super short and sweet. But what I can do is 2 different things that this new update has added. So what I can do is go into advanced formatting, which is a new option up in this toolbar. And I have 2 different options. I can select the text position. So if I highlight the number 1 over here, I can change it to a superscript or a subscript. So if I have exponents, what I can also do is change the typography of the letters themselves. So I can actually make it so that the letters are more in line and evenly spaced out. Or I can even combine certain letters so that if I have letters that can be kind of molded into each other, or a font that is more suited for combining letters, I can come over to typography and change the format of it like that. This next feature is one that I have been hoping for and waiting for almost 2 years now. And that's the ability to combine designs together. So instead of having one presentation design and one flyer design and one document and one social media tab, what this will allow you to do is combine all of that into one, including the different formatting and the different features that each one lets you do. Take a look.
Say we're starting a new project. We can kick things off with a presentation slide. Then on the next page, you can add a doc to write a brief so your team can have all of the deep context you need.
Next, we can add a whiteboard so we can brainstorm ideas together, all without leaving the one file.
And can we add more slides to present these ideas?
Sure. We can even create our own content on the very next page. Let's add some social posts, videos. We can even add print designs. And who doesn't love some swag, right?
And then when it's time to share it with the world, you can publish the whole thing as a website.
The last set of tools that I'm going to show you today are the AI-focused tools. Now, I know some of you are way off of the AI train. There is a whole Canva AI suite that they have that if you want to take a look at the full presentation, I will link it down below. It combines a lot of what ChatGPT and Gemini all have, which is like image creation and coding and all those things. But they do integrate it into a Canva presentation that you can edit yourself, which is pretty awesome. I will give it that. So I will show it off when it comes out, but it's a whole new suite of AI tools. I will show you the ones that I have today. And then when I get the other ones, like the entire Canva AI suite, I will make a new video on that. But what I do have access to is a couple of their other AI tools that they've introduced, like AI voice. So what I can do is come over to any text that I have and click the magic right button. And now I have a generate AI voice feature with it. So what I can do is click on there and I can choose from most languages, or I can even choose like Australia or the UK. And it does only have 2 voices for now. I'm sure they'll add to that like they always do with their AI features. You can preview them.
Operations.
And what you can do is choose one of these 2 voices and write out an entire speech that you want the AI to read. And you click generate. It'll take a couple of seconds. It's pretty fast with audio. And as you can see, it now will read the entire thing.
Canva has released one of its biggest updates ever that will make creating easier than ever before.
So again, it is a very, very AI voice. So hopefully they refine that. But that is just one of the tools that you now have access to during a presentation. So the last feature that we're going to talk about is Canva's new Captions tool. And what this is going to do is scan the audio of your videos and create captions to go along with them. So let's take the video of the multi-design that I showed you before. And what I'm going to do is go into Captions. And what it does is it will look at all your videos with audio in them, and automatically caption them for you. So now that I have captioned this video, it is going to show you all of the captions all at once. And that's so that if you have, let's say you want the first set of captions to go at the beginning up here, and then you want over here and over here, you may do that. And it's going to look very janky. Once you actually get into the presentation itself, this is what it's going to look like. So it looked like it was all overlapped at the beginning, and that was because it was all of the different timed out captions and sentences on top of each other. But now you'll see that it spreads itself out once the video starts.
Project. We can kick things off with a presentation slide. Then on the next page, you can add a doc to write a brief.
And now, like with all Canva captions, you can change the font or the size of them. And if you group them all together, obviously you can change them all at once. So this is very customizable, because if you want to have one set of your captions go up here and then another set go down here, and you want it to be in a different font, or you want to emphasize a word, you can do that here as well. So that is Canva Create 2025 in a nutshell. Again, once the new features roll out for me, like Canva AI and its new Google Sheets copy, I will make a video of that. If there's anything else that you'd like to see or anything that I missed, because I'm sure it was an hour-long presentation, so I'm sure I missed a whole bunch. And if there's anything else that you want to see, let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, I'll catch you next time.